What is up, everybody? Hey, it's Chris from the Charity Board Gamer. We are here to play some more Dobbers Quest for the Key, which is actually, I said it wrong. So we're here to play Seeds of Decay. Sorry, I'm so used to it from when we started, but
Yeah.
we are now continuing our campaign. Of course, we don't have Jade or Chelsea here tonight. We missed them. Jade is still recovering after surgery, so we love you, Jade. We hope you get better. We look forward to when you get back. Chelsea, of course, just needed some serious rest. I completely understand. February is a cold month, and one of the big things people need to do is make sure you get the time to rest, to relax, to recharge. Don't procrastinate on having mental health time. So make sure that you do that. That's the one thing that a lot of us do sometimes is we forget that we don't procrastinate on anything else. We knock out it so much, but there's something that we always leave out, and that's having that time for our mental health and well-being. So,
And you can do it in January too.
yeah, you can. Oh, that's right. It's January.
Yeah.
Did I say it was February?
Yeah, don't wait for February. Do it now.
Do it now if you need to.
Well, folks, I don't know what day it is today. I don't know. Well, I do know it is Daryl T. Jones' birthday, and it is actually the 25th of January. And it is the starting of the Seeds of Decay Kickstarter, which we will have a link to that, and I'm going to pull that up. I think I can actually post it right now. Oh, I've got a special thingamabobber-rabba.
He's got a referral link, so we can.
I got the fancies. I got the
No.
fancies links.
How many?
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, so folks, we're gonna be playing through right now without our two people. But as I am getting that link real quick, I'm gonna let everybody go around the room. We're gonna start with my man Justin. Introduce yourself, where you can be found, and your character, and then we'll go on to JoJo, and then on to our wonderful DM who will walk us through and talk a little bit about this campaign, which is already funded, folks. Already funded, so you're not missing out. You just got to jump in now. You don't have to worry about it not funding because it's already funded. So go drop some money. So
Well, Chris, before I talk about, and then we'll go all the way to Daryl, why don't you say who you are in the game? So then we don't have to wrap back to you after Daryl.
yeah, that's true. Hey, everybody, I'm Chris. I'm a goblin cleric. My name is Glug, and I'm just, that's what I do. I'm a good old person. I never cause any mischief or any problems whatsoever. Just an all-around good guy. So, yeah, that's me. All right, back to you, Justin.
You're an all-around good guy. We've seen the mistake of trusting you on some of that verbiage. But yes, I'm Justin from Play Games Spread Joy. I play as Roto, the smallest, or at least shortest of the group. I'm a Terran Dauber Shepherd class, and so it's both custom class and race that are part of the Seeds of Decay that Daryl has created. So you can definitely learn more as you dig into it and look at the Kickstarter and look at his website stuff. But I've been having a lot of fun with what he's created. But in game, my half sister is played by JoJo. You want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I am JoJo. I play Rig. I am a Terran Dauber, and I'm a bard. I'm a Terran Dauber, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're confirmed. Yeah. Sorry, am I forgetting any information?
Yeah, you can say as much or as little as you like.
Where can people find you, JoJo?
Yeah.
Anywhere that says JoJo Bailey. I'm kind of MIA right now off social media, taking a Marvel's break. But yeah, no, I am active on there. You can find me lingering in Discords or lingering on the Facebook.
Cool.
But I really enjoyed this campaign. I think it's really fun. I love how it can be family friendly and also adult friendly, and it's super crazy and creative, and I've enjoyed all of the imagination put into this game. You can really tell, especially with Daryl being the DM, I'm kind of spoiled, but having the creator be the DM has been really fun because you just have so much imagination in this actual world. Like, I feel like I'm playing D&D. I'm playing D&D, but like the official D&D. Like it's so polished.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying. I was like, I hope you think you're playing D&D.
I mean, you're playing Monopoly, right?
Yeah, right. Did I pass go? I think I'll pick it up from there. So I am Daryl T. Jones. You can find me at Splattered Inc. But I'd rather you find me at seedsofdecay.com or use Chris's link in the chat and go check out the Kickstarter. It's live. You can read all about the world and the campaign there. But a brief breakdown is the Seeds of Decay takes place in the Always Green Forest, where it is populated by lots of creative, exciting, and fun and whimsical creatures such as the Dobbers, the Woodkin, which are awakened animal creatures. You know, anything from a raccoon to a tree. And yes, I have heard the Guardian of the Galaxy references, but that's not what I was doing. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and you should check it out. We are in the middle of this campaign, and because life happens, and we're just going to roll with it, right? We are missing a couple people, and we're just going to have to kind of carry on as if they're here. Instead of canceling streams as much as we were last year, and I think that's fine. I think you guys will understand. But before we get into the game, 2 little housekeeping things. I do have a cold. I'll try not to cough, but it might happen. And number 2 is this is the charity board game, so you can still make charitable donations. We are supporting Mercy House Global. You can see on the side of the overlay different donation amounts. You can give a character or player inspiration. You can give nat 20s, or you can cause an instant encounter. And though this doesn't fall under the charity aspect of things, if you back the campaign on Kickstarter and shout out in the chat that you did, you could also give somebody a nat 20. How about that? So we'll leave it at that. So let's get started. When last we left our heroes, they had visited the Sylvan Tree city. They were on their way across the vast fields between the Sylvan Forest and the Always Green Forest, and on their way back, they crossed the river and came up to an encampment of rat kind. These rats were camped there with some nefarious purposes. You've since then gleaned that they were there as a kind of a staging area for bringing more of their warriors into the area. You were able to defeat the 3 that you found, or 4. But in the battle, one of them was infected by the rot poisoning, and it spread to some of your party members. They went unconscious. Hoxie is still unconscious, though. You do believe she's getting better. And your good friend Vega also, through the course of last episode and now, has now fallen unconscious. But last episode, in an attempt to help revive them, to see if you could determine why this poison was stronger than the last case that you encountered of it, you met a new friend, Fitzfuzz. Fitzfuzz and Glug became close friends. Fitzfuzz is a mock garb, and he was actually a prisoner of the Ratkin. He led you into his caves under the river, where you met the Wargumph and extracted some Flimtar, which the Wargumph is a giant worm-like grub creature, and Flimtar is what it spits back up. It's like its cud after it eats rock, and the the crystals that are in the rock that it can't digest, it spits back out. So you collected some of that. It had some healing properties. You also met a very interesting NPC who is called Afkara. He is a wizard and also happens to be a groundhog. He told you a little bit more about kind of the backstory behind magic and the removal of the School of Magic from the Always Green Forest by the current king. He's a little bitter about it, but ultimately you have made your way back to the campsite, given the Flimtar to your friends to help them revive. You do feel like they are stable. But those of you who are awake now are Glug, Rig, and Roto. So I'll turn it over to you. It's night. I'll say that took about a whole day to go underground and come back up. So it's evening. So what do you guys do?
Gluck thinks we should go towards where the smoke was now.
So from where you guys are at, you aren't too far from the road that connects to the South Watch in the Always Green Forest.
Okay.
You can connect to that road and go straight north, which will bring you into the largest city nearby. Or you can continue where you're at. You would have to go a little bit east to get to that road. If you continue straight north where your current location is, you'll just end up going back into the forest, which will eventually lead you to Oakden.
Yep.
If you want to go west, you can go towards the dreary mountains where you saw the smoke, and it still lingers there. Either way, you're going to be going north. It's just kind of which angle of north do you want to go?
Yep.
I feel like going to the closest town to resupply on some things maybe be best. I'm so sleepy from my nap.
Yeah.
Gluck's okay with that.
Yeah, and finding a place that Hoxie, if she needs additional healing that we can provide on the road, somewhere where she can actually have a actual bed to rest in, might be good for her.
I'm craving some safety.
That seems reasonable. The battle you had with those rat kind was kind of brutal, and it's been a long time since you've had a bed.
So, do y'all want to take this main road, or do we want to just go straight into the forest towards... Like, would we kind of know that it's going straight towards Oakden if we went straight north, essentially?
Yeah, I mean, from where you're at, you can see the shadow of the trees up ahead of you. Now, it is kind of getting dark at this time. And as the sun sets, as the light dims in the world around you, you can actually see an area where there are lights in the forest, and you can tell that's the South Watch. It's by far the closest location to you right now, though it is a little bit out of the way to getting back to Oakden.
Let's hit her up, boys.
It's at least lights, and there should be at least a relatively clear road from there towards Oakden instead of trying to just press through the forest without a trail.
Yeah.
So, I feel to get our companions to safety, the clearest route is easiest for us this time.
Rhoda, where'd you
Okay.
go to school? You're just so formal and profound.
Gluck still doesn't like it when you touch his back, so
School.
very
What
inappropriate.
is school?
It's something I've only read about in books. And I
Alright.
can't read.
Well, I've read a lot of books. My mom read me a lot of books, and of course, hanging out at the inn at Oakden, like...
Gluck's bored. Let's go.
Okay, but we're going to Southwatch now.
All right, so you guys start heading
See, you don't let
towards
me go.
the South Watch. Your walk is pretty uneventful. Do you have any things you want to tell me? Are you looking for anything or doing anything or just kind of strolling?
I walk with swagger. Do I need to roll for confidence?
Yeah, if you want to roll
20.
performance, just to see, like,
Do it.
what it looks like, people are impressed with your walk or not.
I get them all.
Oh my lord!
Every person I pass falls in love with me.
Right. You haven't passed any people yet, but there is a completely infatuated lightning bug kind of swirling around you.
Glug also tries to walk with swagger as well.
Oh man, look at you two.
Yeah, me and
This is totally
Glenn.
like the
High five.
superhero entrance walk, right? Like you're going out to face the final battle. Somehow you don't throw your hips out, but most normal people would.
Glug's hips don't lie.
All right, you
I'm
find your way
just
to the
kind of
road.
trudging in the back behind them, like,
No,
what are y'all
roll.
doing?
Do it,
roll,
Justin.
Roto,
Do it, Roto.
roll.
Roll.
Wait, I do a roto roll? How do I do this?
Roll.
Like, tell me how I move. How I'm supposed to move.
You gotta roll a performance and then you can roll.
You gotta move your hips like Glug. Move hips like Glug and Rig.
Wind it up and then. You got a nat one.
That is, it's actually a 2. It's a nat. It's not a
Hey,
nat
nat-
one.
Yeah, I have
Um,
negative performance.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so it's actually a 0?
Oh, no, I rolled
a
You rolled
2.
minus
Oh.
1.
There's a reason I asked, hey, how do I do this?
Yeah.
Glug,
Yeah.
Glug's not
And I
impressed.
just trip
Can I just
and
kick him
actually
along
roll.
the trail like he's a
Stay-
little pebble?
Stay back there. Stay back there.
Right.
Ah, you're
you guys
embarrassing me.
are, you guys completely understand that Roto's just not on the same level as you, and that's just fine. Except he's doing it so bad, you actually are embarrassed. You're embarrassed to be seen with your new lightning bug friend and Roto. But that passes. You make your way back to the main road. At this point, the road is cutting through fields that are much more clearly defined. You can just walk down the road. You can see like this is a farm. They farm wheat. Over here is some soybeans. Up there is a patch of some sort of vining thing, cucumbers or something. But they're really quite large. You see little paths where you can tell that there's like a team of daubers that must work these fields.
Is
There's
there
not very big buildings, but there are little.
And now we're working them fields.
You are working it for sure, in the dark, with nobody around. You do find there's a one kind of young man. Looks like he's weeding something, kind of off in the distance. He's far enough away he doesn't even notice you. But for the most part, you guys are alone.
So from the road, I understand it's relatively dark out. Is there any obvious signs of like withered crops or something that would be like show like that the rot has affected these fields?
At a cursory glance, you do feel like the quality of the fields is poor. If you'd like to investigate, I can perhaps give you more.
Sure, I shall.
There it is. Oh, that is our rig rolling that. Yeah, the 6 is broken. So.
I roll for detect
Excuse me.
magic, but that's something.
Yeah,
for him.
Arcana.
Mhm.
Not quite detect magic.
Glug-
Okay, yeah, I mean,
Glug's still shredding his stuff.
No information changes from what I said. The quality is poor.
Mhm.
Are you wanting to cast Identify, Jojo, or Rig? What are you trying to identify?
Oh, wait, isn't that... Oh, no. What? I thought I had detect magic. Maybe not. Is it? No. I'm wrong.
I mean, you can touch an object and try to determine, about the details
Okay,
of that.
is there
magic.
any, like, produce I can, like, reach to grab to kind of carry with me to, like, kind of cast it and detect if there's any...
I mean, you can scavenge up a little bit. It is fall, so the fields are mostly in they're already cleaned up state, whatever. word I'm looking
Harvested.
for. Harvested, yeah.
I think that it just doesn't show up until we're.
But yeah, and if you do go ahead and cast that, I mean, you're not finding any magical prompts out here. So, alrighty. You get to the edge of the forest, and you can see the South Watch ahead of you. Right here, the forest is really fairly thin. It's not. There's just kind of some scattered trees where apparently this area in front of the South Watch has kind of the ability to almost become its own little extra town. Um, and you don't see, any of that happening now, but there's just these kind of large areas where people might set up tents or set up booths, or you're not sure if you've not been here. But you can pass through that and get to the gates. The South Watch, it has walls that extend a few hundred meters to either side. And then the wall doesn't actually extend all the way around the Always Green Forest. They're almost there more in to create an impression than anything else. The doors are open, and as you approach, you see that there is a guard up in one of the towers next to the door. There's a guard also down on the ground, and there are a few people on a cart that's being pulled by a fox at the gate as you approach. They're talking. What do you guys do?
Howdy, hey, fellow folk. How is the eve of your night?
They turn and look at you. The guard says, "Oh, we're just talking about what they're bringing into town. No, nothing out of the ordinary here. I'll be with you in a minute." The farmers that are on the cart just kind of nod at you, and then they focus again at the guard, and one of them reaches it down and pets the back of the fox.
I want to pet the fox.
If you get close enough to pet the fox, the farmer looks at you. He's a young man with like brown hair, a little bit, robust in build, and he just looks at you in a way that makes you feel like he doesn't want you touching his fox. He's not stopping you. He's just kind of like, "Is there something you need?"
I need to pet the fox.
He's an old fox. He doesn't really like strangers. The fox turns and he looks a little uncomfortable, kind of like a dog that's guarding his house or whatever. But
I make direct eye contact and show him I respect you.
all right,
Yeah,
you roll
back
animal
away.
handling. Oh, you did, and it works. The fox relaxes a little bit, and if you pet it, it doesn't pull away or anything. And the dauber that's got the reins, and I guess he doesn't mind you so much. What are you guys out here for? You're not carrying any supplies, any farm equipment.
No.
I was distracted by someone saying, "Oh no."
Yeah, I was like, Jojo?
Are you guys farmers? I don't recognize
no.
you.
No.
Glad
Yeah, it's
wants to
looking-
know if
Well,
you
I'm a rooter.
a roto-rooter.
Well,
Oh,
Glad,
yeah,
We don't-
I'm Roto the rooter.
like
He roots for
Like-
you.
like for roots, like trees and stuff. Like
Yeah.
we don't. What do you do?
Well, once I find the really good roots that are the right size and age well, like we dig them up and we can create the tools and special items for the king.
Oh, so you use the roots like for materials and stuff, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, what we do out here is mostly just above ground, Yeah.
Glug
Yeah.
just kind of looks around at stuff, see if they're on the up and up. Everything
The
looks
first-
good. So
Well, he's actually from the kingdom. He knows what the king's like. So like I'll kind of dig it up and then kind of see, okay, what does the king need right now, and we'll work together on finding the best route and the best material.
Yeah.
So
Glad-
we've kind of been
Wow.
in-
Glug is
I make a good
punished.
brew.
Glug is being punished by King by having to have ugly Dauber with him. Not you,
Oh.
Rig. Just you,
Okay.
Roto. It's okay.
Okay. All right, well, we're gonna go. All right. The other one like pats him on the shoulder, like, yeah, let's like,
Where are you
finish up,
going?
and
What are you doing?
Can we hang out
uh,
with you?
we're going home. We're just
Can I come
come
home with
in.
you?
Uh,
Do you have a wife?
yes,
Need a wife?
I'm married. This is my
Oh.
boy. So
Oh.
now it's the other guy talking, not the
Oh,
one
how
you
old's your
originally
boy?
talking. He's. He looks like he's probably about your age.
Does he need a wife?
But yeah, I mean,
Gluck is really confused
I
what's
think
going
we're
on
gonna-
here.
I'm
I
getting
think
tired
you
of
guys-
my half brother over here.
you guys probably need to talk
glug.
to the guards before you come in. We're good to go. And
Another
they
night alone with these two guys.
spur on the fox, and they pull out of the little the gatehouse there and go on into the forest.
Bye. Tell your son about me. Have a good dinner.
You hear
Don't
them
feed 'em
kind of
too well, I
chuckle
don't
to
know how to
themselves
cook.
as they get away. So the guard steps forward. He's got a little bit of a beard, and he looks like he's really ready to be done with his shift. So
Just like Daryl looks like he's done with me.
yeah, yeah, you guys got business in the kingdom? You got here
Gluck
for visiting?
has business. You let us in. I'm friend of the king.
Wait, we're at the kingdom? I thought we were at Southwatch.
Southwatch, which
Well, Southwatch is the first stopping point between here and the kingdom in the capital.
Is there
if
a
that's what you
king
mean.
in here?
No, this is
Then it's not
the
King John.
Southwatch. It is within the Dobbers Kingdom. Right? Yeah, you're
no,
not from
well,
here.
I'm from
Okay.
I'm
We
from
welcome all
Oakton,
people.
just
Oh, you're a good ways away from
Oakton.
Oakton. That's
Yeah.
4 or 5 days from here.
well, was
Yeah, we know.
kind of took a wrong turn through the forest and
Gluck-
realized
Gluck's-
we were outside the outer edges of the trees.
Gluck's gonna walk in now. You
Figured this was the easiest way to stay on path this time.
All right. Well, it's good that you're here. Glad. I mean, you're welcome. Of course, we're just here to, just check in with people as they come through. Right now, everything is fine. If you need anything, let me know. We've got lots of things here in Southwatch that help to accommodate as people travel through.
have you seen Ratkin here or nearby?
Sorry about that. No.
Gluck must
no.
have had you speechless there.
Yeah. No.
Oh, you are breathtaking tonight in this dim light.
Are you suggesting? I mean, we actually have been on a little more work. That's why we're checking everybody. Because if you see over there, and he points to the west. I mean, that's 10 days, 7 days at least if you travel fast away. But it is sort of strange to see that much smoke coming out of the mountains over there. I mean, the West Watch would be where, if there's Ratkin, that's where it looks like they'd be showing up, is over at West Watch. But, no, we're not nothing around here.
Thank goodness, I was getting sick of them.
Yeah, we actually saw a few down by the river as we crossed just the other day.
Really? From the clan? The Rat Cock clan?
Yeah.
They were from the Rat Clan.
Gluck killed him. And Roto helped.
Oh, they were, you engaged with them.
No, I
Well,
killed
No,
them.
I'm engaged to that guy's son.
Well, they I guess they engaged with us first. We just had to survive,
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, do you mind? Come in here. Give me a full account. I'd like to know. So we need to report these things. We don't want any ratkin coming in that have ill intent.
Does Ratkin
So
ever
he's
have
kinda
good
motive-
Say
intent?
so.
Yeah. I'll follow him in. I'm willing to recount the occurrence at the river, but not beyond that information.
Gluck doesn't
Do I need
trust
to
the
read?
guard.
Because I can't read.
Well, there are plenty of people that could help teach you to read, but I don't think that's what we're going to do tonight. So I feel like somebody said something. I lost track of that.
Gluck. Gluck doesn't
What did you say,
exactly
Gluck?
trust the guard. Gluck kind of wants to do a perception roll about him.
Hey, Dobber.
All right. Okay, that's what you said. You said aren't all rats have ill intent. And, well, I mean, mostly, but I mean, or there are people that suggest not all rats are born evil.
They
You
taste
can do an
they taste
insight
delicious
check.
though.
Right, inside check. Okay, here I go.
Yeah, you don't suspect anything about this guy is dishonest at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe you can tell he wishes that you hadn't brought this up because now he's got to do more work. But he's doing it, honestly, I guess.
He's a by-the-book dauber. That's right, folks. All right.
I'm imagining this as Harrison Ford, but as a Dobber.
Gluck would like you to take Roto and you can
Okay.
put him
Not
in jail.
Indiana
That's
Jones,
okay.
like
You can
Blade
put
Runner.
Roto in jail. That's all right. Roto, you go with him.
Wait, I'm not going to jail. I'm just recounting what happened.
No, you said you were going to go with him. So
It's an office.
jail, right?
Right here.
There's counting now?
Okay, come on in. All right. So he, there's like a little sort of, a counter, not really a desk. He like sets his belt up there because it's, I don't know, heavy or whatever, and gets out some parchment and starts scratching down some notes. And you talk through what happened. Roto, is there anything? So you kind of give him all the details of.
So I'm going to give him the
rats.
detail of what happened with the rats at the river, and that they had captured one of the Mutgarb, but not what happened with the Mutgarb necessarily. Just that we essentially rescued a Mutgarb.
So you're saying that this rat, it had like a kind of, it had some rot or something. It had this viney kind of power thing going. I don't understand.
Well, part of it, yeah, we don't fully understand it either. We've encountered a few things past, I guess, week or two, however long it's been, that seem to have this odd occurrence, but
Really?
we don't have enough information to know for sure what's going on.
Oh, really? That's good.
If we're gonna tell the king all this, do we have to tell you everything?
Well, I just think it's my duty. I'm a guard here at the East or South Watch. I'm supposed to take an account of these things.
Well, I guess the main thing you need to account for and spread the word with the other guards is if you encounter something with this vine-like rot occurrence that I've described, do your best not to touch it, because it seems to spread in some way that is hard to contain.
Did you notice that the harvest wasn't so great this year?
Right. I was going to ask. I mean, you think it's related to some of the
Oh,
poor
it's
crops
definitely
we've had?
related.
Okay, because
100%.
my friend Mal, he travels along the South Road here between here and the West Watch, and he was saying that there's rumors of some other really weird monsters showing up in the Oak Den area. And you guys said you're from there, but now you're saying there's one of these creatures out here, but you've killed it. Where's it at now? Is its body like spreading more of this disease out in the
It's
fields?
not. There's think of it like the parent, the grandparent, and there's a bunch of little guys out there doing the work, like the rats. That's why you're seeing all the fire and more rats lately.
All right. Well, I see. Okay. Well, if you see anything else like that, you'll come back to me, right? And you'll let me know if you're around.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely want to keep of course, the South Watch and the Kingdom as safe as possible. We don't want to, but we also don't want to cause a stir and cause panic either. We want to be informed, or inform you to the best of our abilities without
Well,
well,
Rhoda
the wrong
won't.
information.
See panic,
right,
but
yeah, we don't
watch out
want
for this bug guy here.
no reason to panic, I don't think. Well, all right. Well, I'll let you guys get on your way.
We appreciate.
I suppose
well,
you know the
what-
way around. If you take
well-
Kings Road, which is the road you're on, the rest of the way north, you'll come to the capital, Dobberton. If you go east, you'll go to Swan Hill, and then west will either lead you to, Oakton or the West Watch, depending on what fork you take.
What's the closest place we could inquire about, like the rental of a cart or something to make it a little bit easier passage?
Oh well, I mean,
we of
we've
course
got-
have been walking for a long time, so
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Why don't you go talk to Lorraine at the Drunken Deeret? She'll help you out plenty. You'll see. Just keep on this road here. You'll see it. It's coming up. A lot of the local farmers will go there for a nightcap and whatnot. And she'll hook you up with whatever you need.
sounds good. We appreciate it.
All right. What do you guys do?
I will drag Glug out of that room.
Glug wasn't even in the room. Glug
Okay, good.
didn't want to go in there in the jail with you. Glug
Well-
stayed outside.
Wherever I step out, I'm going to step out and just grab him. Let's go.
Glug. Okay,
But
don't
I
touch
found a
me.
place for you to get a drink.
Glug's not going to drink. Glug doesn't drink. Glug eats
They might
meat.
have meat. They might have meat.
Glug likes meat. Glug will go get meat then.
The place is called the Drunken Deer.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that place. Have I brought stuff to this place before? Am I familiar with this place?
You've aspired to, at least, I would think.
Wait, do I carry stuff with me? I don't know. Do I have anything?
It's up to you.
I
It's
could
your
make
character.
something.
Well, yeah, at least
All
have your recipes. You could attempt
Yeah.
to.
I do keep a little something packed on me to like taste test, like little sample bottles. So
All right.
Oh, wait.
Sample flasks.
Little
you can never miss a marketing opportunity. Okay,
travel
I'm
flight.
here to wed, and I'm here to make money. I don't know,
Talking about
make money in
marketing.
some way.
Go to the Kickstarter now.
Right.
Go to the Kickstarter now. Do we mention Seeds of Decay?
So
Glug-
in the South
Glug is
Watch here,
confused.
there is on both sides of the road sort of a boardwalk with little buildings. I mean, it's almost strip mall style.
Best kind of mall.
Sorry, that tickle's getting me. And you see a lot of sort of typical things, from a general store, a little woodsmith, the Drunken Deer. It's up on the left-hand side. It's probably the largest establishment, and you can tell there's quite a few lights on, or torches burning out front.
Is there anywhere to buy a better weapon? Can I buy a better weapon? Can I buy different weapons?
Yes,
I would like
and
to,
you'd have
I want
to
to shop
look.
till I drop.
All right. There is a next to the the woodsmith and a building next to it are they have mostly tools and things that are a little bit more mundane, but there is a section that looks like they probably have some weapons and things, and perhaps it's where the guards get their equipment. So you see that place too. So where do you go? Like, who's going where, and are
Glug.
you staying together?
Glug's gonna go up to the bar and ask for Lorraine.
All right. So Glug is walking into the Deeret. What do you guys? Are you all going together then? And
Yeah, we can start there, and if we need to either shop tonight or in the morning in game, we can do that either way. But yeah, we'll kind of stick together into the Deer and go from there.
Promises. Promises.
Rig is really interested in checking out that. Okay. So yeah, there's a few daubers actually sitting out on the porch in front of this little restaurant, bar kind of area. They nod as you go in. You can tell they're just farmers.
Mhm.
As you come in, the whole main room is really, really bright. It's like they've got a fireplace going. They've got lights, lanterns on all the tables. Um, my cat is being weird. Um,
So there's a weird cat on the floor.
yeah, there's a large cat kind of wandering around, pawing at one of the patrons. But for overall, this is probably the busiest establishment you guys have seen in forever.
Mhm.
And there are a couple people at the bar. It's a long bar compared to what you've seen at Oak Den. Though the building isn't really larger than Oak Den, or than the Acorn Inn at Oak Den. It just seems like it's a little more focused on a bar, whereas the Acorn Inn has restaurant and rooms and general store all picked in the one. There's two people up there. One is a female Dobber with blonde curly hair and like a hat, straw hat, and the other's a gentleman. Looks about the same age. One's washing the bar and bringing out cups. The other's kind of leans back resting. There's enough activity. They don't specifically mention, call you out or say hello or anything. So it's
Hey,
up
are
to
you
what you wanna
Lorraine?
do. Ah, yes, dearie. Yeah, I don't recognize your face. What brings you here? Yeah, can I get you a
I
drink?
can get you a drink. Whips out my samples. Would you like
Oh,
to
dear.
sample my brew?
Oh, I didn't see that coming, young lady. Nice hair though,
That's
I
what I
will
named
say.
my brew. You never see it coming.
Alrighty, well, we really are pretty well stocked. Our business has been a little down this season. Not sure that this is the right time to be considering expanding some of our brew offerings. I'll give it a taste, though, I suppose.
That's right, you will.
All right. So she gives it a taste. Um, Give me a Arcana roll, I think, because that's like the closest thing to alchemy or anything for food services. Um, yeah. So this particular brew is kind of meh. And she's like, well, it didn't taste bad, but I think we're gonna pass for now. But is there anything I can get you? You guys
But just
look like
wait,
you've
it's
been.
called Never See You Coming.
Oh,
Gluck,
is it get
Second
better?
flavor hit. I don't want you burp.
Gluck would like a cart to journey.
Cart.
Yes, with maybe animals to help carry us to where we need to go. We need to go to the palace. Glug.
Oh, all right. Well, you need to talk to Bryn. He's probably on the bed by now. If not, at least he's closed up shop. But I mean, you talk to him in the morning. He's kind of supplies some of the farmers and stuff around here. He owns the shop overway, the woodsmith.
Glug wants to know, does anybody else have a carriage that they're willing to give? We don't want to wait. We need to go quickly.
Well, what's the urgency?
We
I mean, why
serve.
don't you guys stay the night? Have a nice meal. You clearly have had some rough days on the road. I can tell by your clothes.
No, Glug
Yeah,
has
well-
rat meat. Glug's good.
Kind of. Well, I don't know. Sleep, rot poisoning. Sleep, rot poisoning.
Now, hold on, dearie. We don't need it. We don't need to talk about the rot poison.
Then help us get the carriage, please.
How do you know about it?
Honey, I know everything. Everything comes through here, and I listen to it all. Now, we know that there is some mysterious stuff going on in the forest, but the more people talk about it, the less people are in here buying my goods. So yeah. I mean, what are you guys gonna do about it? You got some abilities or something about poof, go away, brat. I
Glug,
mean,
Glug's trying to get rid of
You're
it.
funny.
Glug's trying to help get rid of rot.
well,
Can you help us
I gotta
find
have a good.
carriage?
All right, you're trying to get. How are you gonna get rid of it? I mean, what? Yeah, look, we can ask around, but I don't want you stirring up trouble in my bar.
No trouble, just need help.
Right. Well, what do you think's going to happen if we go start shouting? Hey, anybody got an emergency card available?
Well,
Look, why don't
maybe.
you just sit down or wait till morning? It'll be fine.
Glug,
A a raccoon actually comes up behind you and taps you on the back. Glug.
hello. Glug,
Hi. I couldn't help but overhear you were you worried about the rot? Yeah.
yes,
I-
yes,
my-
Glug. Glug's worried about rot. You're like my
Yeah,
friend Vega.
Yeah. Oh, look how help.
She's
hello.
a trash
Hello
panda
there.
too.
Yeah, well, my family and we lost
Vega
our
gets
tree.
them, but I
My
can't.
my family, we lost our tree, and we was worried about it too. Now don't worry about Lorraine. She just get a little uptight, and I don't remember what voice I started with.
No, it was good. It's good. I like it.
Sorry, I distracted you.
I just don't. Um,
Voice cracking
you
because
don't worry
it's
about
upset.
Lorraine. She's a little uptight. Where we lost our tree. We were and he like describes some area of the forest. He just talked about like leaves and twigs and stuff that it apparently means something to him.
Glug,
What do you guys know about it?
Glug knows that the ratkins are helping spread it, and
You
Glug
know everything.
Glug needs help to get carriage so we can quickly carry our friends back. So that way we don't have to travel as hard on our feet.
All right, give me a persuasion roll.
Okay, persuasion roll. Persuasion roll. Okay.
That'll do it. He leans in real close and whispers, says, I know how to get into Bryn's shed. Now, I mean, I'm not saying you should steal, but maybe you should steal it.
Glug kind of likes you. Glug likes it. Will you help us?
He reminds me of Vega.
There might be a reason for that. And he like hops down off the stool. You realize that he was sitting on a stool, so he was up eye level with you. So he hops down and like scurries off. Just runs out of the bar like he assumed the conversation's done.
All right.
Was he leaving?
And as you guys, what do you guys do?
Glug's gonna follow him because he's thinking that he's gonna lead me to Bryn's and help me get a carriage.
All right.
Glug's,
What are you-
Glug's gonna steal a
Lori if
carriage.
she's burped yet.
What about you, Rhoda?
No time. Gotta get carriage.
I know, it's fine. I
Like,
want to just kind of have
I have like
an
this
idea of what the
torn
three of you-
feeling of like, like, do I follow Glug, keep him out of trouble, or just stop and rest like I really want to do? I'm like,
Yeah.
we
You
don't
can always
have
rest
to
in the
go tonight.
carriage.
Now did that goblin folk just take off with Bevan? Because he's a little bit well, I mean, you know how them masked folk are. They can be a little bit tempestuous, we'll call it. So you better wants to keep an eye on him. He might get himself into trouble. But I mean, Bevan's good at heart. Can I get you a drink though while you're here, little man?
You know what? Sure, I'll take something.
One's anti-coon. Just a little cautious. Well, we got.
I wouldn't
really
mind a
just about
drink
everything.
and something warm to eat. It's been a while since
Gee.
a fresh meal.
actually pulls out a piece of paper and it has a list of stuff on it, which is like really highbrow. But it's all worn. It's got stains and stuff on it. And there's like 13 different types of bread. There's rye bread. There's whole grain rye bread. There's honey bread and wheat bread, and like all these different types of bread. And because you're basically surrounded by all these grain fields.
Yeah.
Plus, there's some berries and some like dried fruits and stuff like that on the menu. And there's a note that's almost like written in an odd, reluctant script, where everything else is kind of bold and clearly written. This is sort of, and for special requests, see Lorraine. And so anyway, is there anything?
Lorraine, what is this? The special request, is that something
Well,
that
I
you
wouldn't
specialize
expect
in,
it.
or is that just if something wants something specific that they name?
Well, we have some folk that come through that want like eggs or ham or something.
Ugh,
And
no.
then we have I wouldn't expect that'd be your style.
Yeah,
Um,
unfortunately, my green companion leans that way. We won't tell him you have that here.
Okay, all right, yeah, I wouldn't want to have to
but-
disturb the chickens at this time.
You know what?
Anyway.
Some of that dried fruit, and you know what? Give me whatever your most popular bread is. They all look too good to choose from.
Oh well, we have a cucumber cream cheese spread that we bake on top of this bun. I'll get you one of those. And anyway, and it's warm, so she brings that out.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
And all right, so we will go. So which way do you go, Rig? Do you go with Glug or? You are muted.
I go with Glug because Lorraine ignores me and she doesn't appreciate my burp beer. So
What Rig doesn't
just-
know is that none of us appreciate her drinks.
my
But we're not
burp
saying
beer
it.
is my best-selling wine.
It's
Fleck hasn't seen it sell yet.
So
Why can't I think of
One
it?
day.
The
Pick the right person.
flubber, where they drink the stuff and float up through the ceiling, and they have to burp their way back down.
Exactly.
Willy
What
Wonka.
is it without an experience?
Yeah. All right.
Charlie's,
So
Charlie's
you
grandpa
step
was
out
evil.
through the doors, and you get there just in time to see Bevan like scampering across this dirt road, and he disappears between two buildings. It's kind of catty cornered from the building you're at.
I follow. I
Glug.
sneak. I sneak.
Glug.
I sneak.
Glug's following his friend Bevan. He has no friend. I'm gonna do stealth.
Alrighty. So you roll a 7.
You ain't stealthing with me.
Glug,
Right,
Glug
so,
very stealth.
You guys catch up to Bevan because
Clunk,
his
clunk,
stealth roll
clunk,
wasn't
clunk, clunk,
fantastic.
clunk, clunk, clunk.
He even sort of clanked into the alley here between these two buildings. And he turns, yeah, you guys got to be more quiet.
Glug,
We're
Glug's
going to
very
go
quiet.
down this way, and you see that tree over there? There's we can climb down from it into the barn, and he's got some livestock in there, and his some of his equipment, and I think there's probably some carts. And if you can help with the rot, I mean it's for a greater good. I mean, in my opinion.
Glug's gonna
So
try.
you just like are doing it then, Rig?
Yeah. Why
You
wait?
just rolled like you didn't say anything.
Glug is just
Oh no, I
gonna
was
be
listening
stealth.
the whole time.
Glug's gonna use stealth again because he felt like he was very stealthy. The one that wasn't stealthy probably was Rig. So there.
Hey.
No, I just put them in my mouth.
All right. So you guys make your way down the alley. You get to the base of that tree, and Rig, you just like springboard right up the tree, and you can see
Spider Rig, Spider Rick
down
does
into the top of
whatever
this
Spider
barn.
Rick does.
There's a skylight in the barn. It's just an open window basically.
I forgot I'm a
So-
little traumatized by spiders, so maybe I don't want to be Spider Rick. Do I wait to jump down before I go in? Do I wait for the others?
The raccoon joins you. Are you gonna try to climb this, Glug? Because you're still gonna have a disadvantage.
Yeah, Glug,
I mean-
Glug's gonna try to climb it. What are we
Glug,
doing?
why don't you
Acrobatics?
No.
Here, wait a
Glug,
second. Let me.
Just wait. Wait for me to open the doors. You can drive.
Gluck, 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 gluck.
Oh, Bevan, as he's starting to go up the trunk of this tree, he turns back to you, Glug, and says, "You can wait. You can wait. I'll open the doors. You come in the doors."
Gluck. Okay, Bevan, you're my new friend.
You're already up there, Joe or Rig.
Well, I'm just saying, when will I finally earn Glug's friendship? Who knows? Rig dies twice for the team.
Gluck,
Not friends
Glug.
with Glug.
Glug got you Flemcar to help you get better. And I got you better twice.
But does that mean you really care? Because I'm not acts of service.
I like you more than Roto. That's good.
That's good enough.
You like everything better than Roto, I think.
Shh, don't tell Rick.
All right, so give me one more. So we've had stealth, acrobatics. Give me also an athletics roll, Rig. And this will be kind of the full gamut of different skills you're using to get in and to do things. And so you drop down into the barn with Bevan, and you find that there is a fairly nice cart. Now, it's not a wagon. It's basically a bench with a bed and two
How the rims
walls with
look.
two wheels. What?
How the rims look.
How the rims, they look like wood. They look like they've been used a lot, but they don't look old or they don't look frail. They are old, but not. Yeah. Anyway,
I walk up to it, I knock on it, and I go, "That's good wood."
that's a good one. And as you do, you're and there's like a goat just in there with you guys. It actually has a harness on it, like it's just wearing a harness.
I'm so glad Glug did not come in because he would try to kill and steal that goat, and then we'd be villains.
The raccoon says, I think you can use this as the pull it. This goat. And the goat actually like lowers his head and starts to move towards the raccoon like he's gonna headbutt it. And the raccoon's just easily kind of staying out of its range. He doesn't like me though.
Okay. I gotta calm the goat. Goat.
Gold.
You don't want me to do fast.
It ignores you. Do something.
Any sense?
You're starting to worry that you can hear this inside now, Chris, and your
Just
instincts
get
are
in.
like,
Get
someone's
in the
gonna
carriage.
notice.
Gluck.
I unlock the door. How do I have to?
Yeah,
What
so
do you think
you can unlock. It's just a latch. You just flip
Okay.
the latch on the door gate to the
Alright.
door.
Can I
to the
see if there's
barn.
any like food around that I can lead the goat with?
Sure.
Glug.
Yeah.
Glug. Now Glug's
you find
walking
some.
in, right? Glug's in there. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna
So
pull
you
out.
see this, and there's a goat trying to headbutt the raccoon, and they're kind of going around in circles. And
Okay.
Rig is trying to stop the goat with some barley that she found.
Glug's gonna pull out some rat meat and try to feed it to calm down the goat.
It comes up and sniffs it.
Gluck.
It backs away.
This could be
You
you
notice
if you
a
don't
chicken
listen.
pecking at your foot, Glug.
Oh, Gluck. Hello, chicken. Come
I
here,
look for
goat.
something better than rhubarb. Oh my goodness!
You're like
Alright.
looking at all the empty barrels.
Does it let Glug at least get him kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you broke his fixation on headbutting the raccoon, and now
Glug.
he's kind of, you can lead him around. He's pretty
Yeah. Glug's gonna pet
docile.
him a
beyond
little
that,
bit
so.
and get him attached to the carriage. So
All right, he's hooked up.
Okay. Gluck's ready to go. Let's go.
Bevan's like, no, look, it worked. It worked. Just then you hear, hey, what's going on out there?
And we
And
gosh
you-
I
darn
jump
it.
in the cart.
all
go.
right, give me another animal handling, and you can roll with advantage, assuming that Rig is helping.
Okay,
you're both
sweet.
trying to-
Yep, I'm gonna do it. All right. Nice.
All right. So, yeah. So there you go. You get him steered, and you just zip out of there. You have to kind of go the long way down behind the row of buildings because the alley you came through was too narrow for the cart. But you get about 2 equivalent blocks away from the Drunken Deer at kind of north of there, and you get back to the main road.
Okay.
And you hear some commotion behind you. Now it's coming. It's not as fast as you were moving.
All right. So we quickly ride over to the Drunken Deer, and we're like, Roto, let's go. Let's go. Roto, come on.
All right, give me a perception roll, Roto.
You better be paying attention.
I will tell you, he can hear this regardless. It's just
Okay.
a matter of whether his focus is shifted from what he's doing to what that is.
I yell at him, leave some extra gold behind if he hears me.
Trying to
Alright,
enjoy my fresh meal.
You hear your friends outside, but you're not sure that they're calling for you or if they're just like talking really loud because it's Glug and Rig. So
Oh gosh.
Rick,
Right.
Rick,
This
you
is
go-
really lovely,
Rhoda-
Lorraine. Thank you. I'm really enjoying
Rhoda's
it.
not coming out. Glug or Jojo.
I
Wait,
send a
sorry.
message via my magic cantrip.
Oh,
What is said message?
I say, hey, give Lorraine extra money for the cart. Get your cucumber sandwich out here.
okay. You hear that in your head.
tell him to hurry.
He's uncomfortable, severely uncomfortable.
It's gonna be more uncomfortable if you don't get out here now.
I thought it back as like, what did you do?
I'll pay you back, I promise.
All right. So what do you do, Rig? Roto?
I calmly go up to Lorraine after I finish eating.
Yeah.
I'm like, how much would a typical carriage cost to rent around here? Do you know?
Well, there's not a lot of people who rent carriages. I mean, farm folk have their own, or they, work together. I mean, like I said, Bryn has one that he'll work with you on if you need help with something.
Do you know how much he typically charges?
Well, I mean, a couple gold gets you a good, a week's worth of help. At this time, you hear like people yelling outside, Glug and Rig.
Pull up my
There's-
pouch and like kind of quickly count out 10 gold and be like, be sure this gets to where it belongs. to where,
Well, what does that mean? And then she's like,
I feel like my friends have procured
Roto,
our
hurry it up.
ride.
yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't know from whom.
Oh no!
I'm sorry. And then I run.
Yeah. The other guy that was behind the bar with Lorraine before when you first initially come in,
Oh gosh.
actually comes in through the front door and he says, Lorraine, there's a commotion. And then and there's guards and everything. And so like all these people are starting to just descend on the two of you in your cart. Roto, you burst out through the doors past the other guy and see this, like there's some guards coming from the watchtower, and then there's some farmers running from the north that followed them from where they came from, and they're spinning the cart around to get it facing back north.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yip yip,
And
Cody.
Oh,
Yip
Come on,
yip.
short.
I guess I will attempt to jump on the side or the back of the cart, whatever is
Roll, Roto,
closest towards me.
roll.
Reach your arm out.
are you guys
Did you
going to
break
try
the
to do
bread?
I'm gonna try to.
Acrobatic scoop.
I'm gonna try to scoop him.
All right,
All right,
so
so-
both of you give me a athletics or acrobatics roll, whatever you prefer.
Okay, I'm gonna do athletics. Is it with advantage since we're doing it together, or no?
No, you're both doing it, so you both have to succeed at a certain level.
Okay.
And that's good enough. So basically, your failure, Glug, is countered by Roto's strangely deft athletic performance as you reach for him and completely put your hand out in the wrong place, and then he adjusts his leap
I
and,
just
and grabs
imagine,
your
like,
arm.
Glug like accidentally letting some of his what does he have as doesn't he have like a scepter or something?
Yeah.
Like he accidentally like lets it go off the cart a little bit and that's what Roto grabbed.
Yeah.
He didn't do it on purpose.
So I grab the staff, run forward, and pole vault onto the cart with the
Right.
staff. I'm like,
And
See,
Glug
Glug got you.
He's like still got his arm out, waiting for you to come up, and he's like, "Oh, you're already up here."
Glug got you. You're good. Let's go.
So you guys book it out of South Watch.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the town itself doesn't span a very large distance on the King's Road. You hear a thunk of an arrow striking the back of the wagon as you pull off into the darkness.
what did y'all just do?
Glug had help from Bevan. Bevan's my friend now. Let's go. We're going.
Well,
This rig
is your
just did
friend with
nothing.
us?
No.
No,
He's gone.
Uh-oh.
He's
And,
going
and
to.
actually, that would have been another part of the description of the scene, is the raccoon sort of in there, just sort of running interference, like they went that way. No, I think they went that way.
Glug-
Wait. I send Bevan a message right before we leave. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I don't know if they can reply. Can you reply with message?
I believe it's
Yeah, can
yeah.
reply,
In a whisper that only that like she can hear.
Okay, I should have read it earlier.
Typically, it's like a
You go
quick,
get the
short-
rot. You go get the rot. I appreciate you.
Oh
At least
my
we made
gosh.
a friend there.
Help us.
So
Okay.
I plop down behind Rig and be like, "Well, first you owe me some gold, and I need a strong drink from which the
How
strongest
much?
drink you got on that sample."
Heavy, didn't see that one coming. Right for you, sir. You could have two on the house. They have gold flakes in them. That pays you back.
I specifically
fancy.
remember you saying you would pay me back.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes those messages get a little mixed when they're sent.
Yep. And this is the whole reason why Glug tells everybody that he doesn't drink, only so that way he doesn't have to drink these things. So, yep.
Trust me, it first tastes like lizards and then it burp tastes like bananas. Done.
Glug, it's okay.
Lizards.
Glug's good. Glug's gonna keep riding. We gotta go.
Drink up. We got a long ride ahead of us.
All right. So we're riding towards the palace. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. While we're riding, I'm gonna do a perception check, just to see if I see
For what?
anything
What do you-
out of. I'm looking for anything out of the normal, like out of the norm, like anything related to the ratkin. Just looking around, making sure also that there's nobody close behind us. Like turning my head every so often just to make sure we're not being chased by a bunch of angry daubers from Southwatch. So,
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of commotion for a few minutes,
mhm.
but you've got that goat going as fast as he'll waddle, and
Go, Thunder, go.
no one had their faculties close enough at hand to get into a good position to pursue. So you got enough of a head start to get away. It seems. Now you're still 2 days from Dobberton, even by goat, right? Or wagon goat, whatever.
Yeah.
but that's still faster than the 4 or 5 it would be walking. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, so you head out into the night. What is your plan? What are you guys doing here?
I would say Roto is acting like Roto needs to rest, so we tell Roto to rest on in the carriage for a little bit, and then maybe Rig and Glug can kind of switch off and on to keep riding the goat. So
On my shift, I stay up and switch with Glug, but I also held on to some of the stuff like the produce and all that I picked up on the way into town, so I eat on that while we're driving.
Okay. Sure.
Glug, of course, eats his wonderful rat meat, which is just delicious.
I share
So-
a vegetable with Glug. Glug, eat your vegetables.
Eat some
Actually,
food.
having had a good meal while the rest don't, I slumber
Did
loudly
you drink my
and
drink?
snore. I have not taken it like drunk. You're drunk yet.
All right.
There's
so you guys,
2. I have to roll 2 Arcana. I'm sorry. Oh, this one's my favorite. It's the same thing, but one tastes awful and one tastes amazing. It's double bananas or double lizard. Pick which one.
I just take both and stow them away,
um,
and I throw them back both in the bag and not paying attention to which is which.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
he's getting
The,
beer boozled.
The goat definitely isn't used to like moving at a fast speed for very long
Mhm.
distances. He's more of a plow goat.
Yeah,
Of course, he pulls the goat or pulls this wagon. He's done it before, but
secretly, Glug takes the vegetable that Rig gave him and feeds it to the goat, like when we slow down at different points. So
I look at
You're
Glug.
like,
Glug, do you
Glug.
think that Roto could replace the goat? He just wraps himself around the harness and just goes in his role for me.
like a wheel.
Glug
Like how
does
you're
like
trying
the
to make
goat.
the smallest person of the whole party
Glug
the
does.
mule.
Glug does like the goat more. Maybe.
So after a few
Yeah,
hours,
the goat could come up here and sit with us.
it's near midnight, and the goat's like panting, and he's just barely able to keep pulling.
It's okay. It's okay, Thunder. We'll attach Roto next.
so we
Should make camp out
And at this time, Roto's completely asleep, just
yeah.
I'm
in the
snoring.
back.
So maybe what Glug can do is kind of veer off to the side to let the goat kind of rest too.
Yeah.
And then during that time, I'm going to do another perception just to kind of keep an eye while everybody else is still on the cart. I'm going to kind of
Alright.
jump off the cart and just kind of look around a little bit.
So you're gonna take. Are you gonna stop here with the intention of taking like a short rest?
Yeah,
Or a long
short rest. I think enough for the goat to get its energy back and have some food. So I'm gonna keep taking some of
Alright.
those vegetables from Rig, acting like I'm going to eat them. And
Does the goat have any ailments that I could cure?
He looks healthy.
Cool. And then
He's exhausted.
Glug,
All right.
Glug won't eat you, Thunder. You're my friend now too. I like you more than Roto.
and I pet Thunder.
Okay, but like, goat rig, goat rig, goat
I think she's asking.
rig.
You're such a good goat, Thunder. Good goat. Good goat. Rick, what are you asking? Just give me some more vegetables. I'm going to feed
Keep
our
one
goat.
eye open. That's all. I'm not asking anything. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what was up. All right.
So
All right.
do
you have any-
short rest.
Short rest activities you need to do, whether it's hit dice or something. Recover anything.
I'm just gonna try to basically rest a little bit and just kind of talk to Thunder a little bit and let Rig kind of rest a little bit. I'm gonna try to keep awake and just kind of
Okay.
plug
So you're
away.
going to stay up all night?
I'm gonna try to.
Well, I mean, you can. It's just a
yeah.
decision, really.
Yeah.
You gain 1 level of exhaustion, though.
Okay. If I do a short rest, maybe I'll ask Rig if she'd take a little rest and let me take a rest a little bit after her.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you still have to take a long rest to not stay up all night. Like a short rest is a half an hour
Okay.
of
We can do a long
not
rest. I just want to switch
strenuous
with
activity.
all three of us are switching.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you can still take watch, and you can find yourself a nook to
That's cool.
hide in the forest there on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, then long rest then. Just for
Okay.
just for Thunder's sake, not for the rest of us.
Definitely for Thunder's sake.
Yeah.
All right. Well, unless there's anything else you want to tell me. So in the morning, you guys wake up.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing that occurred during the night. I mean, you took your watches or whatever. It all was uneventful. The area of the forest you're in here is probably more healthy than you've been in a while. You can just sort of smell it in the air. You know, it's just there's a crispness. It's still fall. The leaves are a little brighter in color. They're not quite the dingy brown that that this fall has been like in the west.
Finally, a scent stronger than Glug's.
I like you,
All
Thunder.
right.
Thunder's very nice.
So Glug is gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep riding with everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to keep watch, and make sure that. And let me just make sure I've got my spell slots refilled.
About mid-afternoon, if you just continue on forward, you get to a little bit of an intersection in the road. There's a couple buildings. Nothing of not like a town really. But there is a small little inn if you wanted to stay the night, and you're about halfway to Dobberton from there. You do recognize the trees in this area. They look like the same you saw in Lightwick, if you remember that location. That is where Harold was and the Stone Goat and all that stuff.
Okay.
You continue on.
All right. Glug's gonna keep kind of riding. Glug kind of is just gonna kind of keep looking around. If anybody's up for that, so. But,
All right.
yeah. I want to get there as quick as possible, but I'm gonna kind of keep eye on everything and see if anything looks out of the ordinary. So.
Okay.
That was more of a question for the DM, but
So you'll have one more evening or one more long night before you get to the capital city.
Okay.
But I assume you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna try to
So
look at there.
about noon the next day, you can tell you're getting to a much more densely civilized area. The trees in this part of the forest, like all of the foliage and stuff around the bases of trees is pretty much cleared out, and there's lots of buildings up ahead and built into trees, and you can see some roads and stuff, and you can see the way the road or the earth is shaped. It kind of rises a little bit, and you can even see above the trees, kind of in the center, there's a larger tree, and you would recognize this as the prime tree. As you come into town, there are people traveling along the road, other daubers, other woodkin. Everyone seems to be sort of minding their own business, going about their business, whatever's going on, and you are widely just ignored. Everyone's doing their own thing.
Glug, do you actually know where we need to go right now?
Glug knows that we need to go to what? From before. Trying to think if I remember from before.
Do you actually remember how to get there?
Let's see here.
Sure.
Glug's pretty good. Yeah.
You're on the King's Road. This road leads to the palace. If you just don't get off the road,
Yeah.
even when you go through town, those turns and there's side roads and whatnot. But
Yeah.
you know.
Glug's good. We're gonna go straight. It's gonna go to the palace. That's where we need to go. Destroy the key.
When we get to the palace, are they going to let you in? Considering you've kind of been disgraced.
Glug's good. Glug's friends of the kingdom. Glug should be good.
All right.
Glug hopes.
Wait, Glug hopes?
No,
Or do you
Glug's
know-
yeah, no, Glug's good. Glug's good. You didn't hear that. Glug.
Yeah.
Do we need to sneak in?
As you come into town, you pass a couple large buildings, and this area. It's almost a semi-industrial. I mean, like there's warehouses. Some of it you can tell is just full of grains and other things like that from that were imported in from the South Watch area. A few other buildings you're not super sure about, but they just have that sort of same feel. And then there's more Dobbers coming in with carts and wagons. Some are covered, some have barrels, some have crates. There's the Blue River. The road kind of comes up alongside of it for a little bit before it makes a turn and you cross over a bridge. Once you get to that bridge and cross the Blue River, you're sort of in the proper part of the city. You first go through, residential area now. There's lots of trees with houses built into them, some interconnected houses, multi-family homes or whatever you want to call them. You even see, kids running around and things like that. As you continue, you pass a number of other things you would see in Woodland City. Some buildings are kind of built tall up into the tree trunks, especially as you get closer to this core of the city. The Blue River, so after you crossed it, it sort of winds around and you still are sort of following it a little bit as you go deeper into the center of the city. But then as you get to the palace, you see these three huge trees, the center tree being the largest. The Blue River actually divides, and in front of it, there's a big pond. Around the pond, it's very ornately decorated, landscape, things like that. There's columns and things like that all around the pond. There's lily pads with flowers. And the water from the Blue River actually flows like right through the roots of the prime tree. There's like little waterfalls as it sort of passes under the tree and then drops down into this pond. Above the water are large curved steps that lead up to the palace. However, before you can get to any of that, you're on the south side of the pond facing it, and there's a gate around the pond, around the whole palace complex, and the road stops at a little guard station with a closed gate.
Glug, you're up.
You're muted, Glug, if you're talking.
Does Glug know the person at the guard gate at the gate?
Well, first I didn't know if you were going right up to it or not, so I guess that means you
Glug's gonna go right up. I'm gonna try to be polite and get us in there.
are. All right. This area, it's almost like there's this sort of double gate system where you could open it up both the gates, and that would be large enough for a carriage, because the king does occasionally use a carriage and come out through this main exit. However, there's a smaller door, which is the one that's most common used. So are you trying to bring your wagon and goat like up to the area where you would talk to them, or are you going to like kind of park it at the side and hop down and go over to the gatehouse?
I'm gonna actually try to ride the carriage up to it.
Okay. As you get closer, a Dobber who was standing, kind of leaning, not leaning, but standing in a fairly relaxed pose next to the gatehouse, just watching the citizens go by. But as you start to approach, and he takes note of you, and you just keep coming up, and it looks like you're not going to turn off on one of the side roads. He actually hops up and like gets in between you and the main gate there. Hold on there. What?
Hello.
Where do you think you're going?
Hello, Dobber friend. It's me, Glug.
Glug.
Yes.
Well, this is Samlet is his name. You know him, but not know him. I mean, you just know of him. You've seen him around. It's been whatever, a couple of years or something like that. Glug, what are you doing here?
Glug is coming to help heal the queen, and Glug has gone with these adventurers, and we're here to help put stop to the rot. We've killed many ratkin who were spreading the rot, and we fought the rot. Glug's come to help.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Is not the queen sick?
There's nothing wrong with the queen. No, there's nothing wrong with the queen. Last I heard, you had left the palace, and I don't have any word from anybody that you're allowed to come back in. No one's coming in and out of the palace right now, but everything's fine.
Glug knows that it's not fine. Glug knows. You know.
Well,
Why you lie to me?
Listen,
I'm
we're
not
really,
lying. I'm following orders.
we're really here to return some not altogether goods that we accidentally ended up with. So controlling this wild man, he's kind of bringing havoc to the Dobber Kingdom. So I need to have a word with the queen who sent him out
Glug
to all of us.
Glug is
What
trying to
are
see
you
and help.
talking about?
Glug is trying to help the queen, and you should trust me. Glug does not come here for ill will. Glug is coming to help. I know the
Alright,
queen
well-
is not well, and you know it too, Smellwet.
Okay,
And-
okay. He's a truther. I'm a liar.
Yeah, so you, you can tell that you are reaching him. Look, son, I don't know what the situation is with you, why you left the palace, and why you coming back now thinking you can get in. But you're not on the list. My orders are no one gets in. So you may as well turn around. If you know somebody, if you have a message, I'll pass it on, though that's not really my job.
Glug needs to get in.
Wow, the
Um,
guards at the South Watch do better than you.
They don't have the same kind of job I have to do.
I
So,
apologize
why don't you go
I
find someplace-
apologize for my friend. I need to quickly see and help heal the queen, and I need to see the king. How can I do this quickly? It's of urgent
All
matter.
I can do is let people in that are allowed to come in, or I can get a message in for you. That's it. That is the only option.
Tell the king I know
Didn't we
she's
already
sick.
send a message?
Tell the
Is
king.
Rodo on the list? Because I thought Rodo sent a letter.
Ooh.
Rodo sent a letter when we were in Oakden. I'm pretty certain when we were in the bar days ago when we
What
first found
What were the
them.
details surrounding that? Something about that rings a bell.
Yeah,
about-
I kind of sent a letter regarding like the siege we had found.
Yeah,
Who was it to? Who did
it
he
was to
send
the
it with?
queen.
Or-
It was some kind of messenger guy. I forget who it was. I forget who it was with and who it was.
I'm
but
not
we
sure
definitely-
Corbin?
I don't remember exactly who we sent it with, but it was primarily just something to the palace, to the king, whatever, regarding the information we had at that point in time.
So
right.
technically, you should see if our message already got through from the good old Roto.
All right. Well, when Katrin comes by, I will ask her, and she will go on in, or I'll do it after my shift. I'm staying here, and you're not coming in.
Can Glug come
Or
in
should we
some
wait?
other way?
Glug will wait patiently.
Glug can't wait patiently.
Where
Glug
should we
wants
wait
to make
so you can find
You
Makes
out?
the
have
queen
whole
better.
town to wait patiently in. You can find your way to somewhere, I'm sure.
If you continue to wait patiently, she will die. And you and I both know that.
Can we talk to your manager?
I don't see any value in continuing this conversation. Please carry on. Go do your business elsewhere.
Okay. Do I see any other ways in? Does Glug's going to do perception? Like, I've been here, but does Glug... should I do a history or a perception?
Well, I mean, the basic palace is, like I said, there's the pool of water that's
Mhm.
sort of almost underneath the palace. There's
Okay.
the large stairs beyond the gate where you're at now that goes over the water and then up into the tree.
Do I know of
Then
any
there's
way of
two
getting
side
in?
buildings
Okay.
in the smaller trees, the brother and sister, and then there's the prime. And there's basically a ring of roads that go around all these, but they're all on the other side of the gate. There's two other entrances to the gate, or through the what is the word I'm looking for? Fence.
Is there a way to
One
get into
is
the
through
water
the old
and
school, which
okay.
is to the north, and then the other one is to the east. It's over
Okay.
just in another section of it.
Okay. Are those guarded at all? Do
Yeah.
I know? Okay. Is there any way to go underneath through the water?
Not that you know of. I mean, you weren't doing that when you were here.
No, I wasn't.
You were not as into skullduggery.
Okay. I've never been in Skullduggerer.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You weren't. You were here.
Roto's a root
under different
dugger.
circumstances. So,
Roto,
Roto's a root dugger.
can you, like, do your claw diggy thing and try to find us a way in? Maybe nearby the entrances? Or
Or
maybe...
do you think we should just chill and wait?
all the roads in this area are either tile or stone, flat stone paved. There's little like garden areas all around, but even those are like kind of surrounded by stonework to build them up and make them look pretty and all that kind of stuff. So it's not the same as like just digging into a basement of a house in a regular town.
Okay.
Pass the message to the king that I know that she's ill, that we were working with a friend of his named Herb, and that Roto sent a letter in regards to the seeds of decay.
I can do that. I will let Katrin know.
Pinky
When
swear?
I see her,
Pinky
that you were
swear?
trying to get to the king. You're worried about the queen.
Rick,
We'll just
why don't
go
you
with
try
that.
to get in?
Also, let
Thank you,
her
sir.
know we have information about Kaylin.
With that, he just kind of stares at you like you said a bad word.
Oh yeah, Glug
Yeah.
knows about daughter. About King's daughter.
The king's sister.
Yes, King's sister, but the former King's daughter.
Right.
We have disturbing news we've learned.
She's evil. But you
All
knew
right,
that.
well,
This is news to me, guys.
You've been sleeping, Rick.
Rick, you know.
She's the evil tree lady that made you sick.
yeah.
Shh, shh, shh.
Yeah.
We can't be saying too much right now, Glug.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Go tell King we know about his sister.
so
And
while
I
you're
killed her boyfriend. And I have his staff.
he's not engaging with you anymore. He's blocking you out.
Oh, craziness.
Excuse me. So another pair of Dobbers like come up to the door and they meet with Samlet and they talk for a few minutes and they get let in and he closes the gate and locks it. And this is happening, I assume, while you guys are leaving, or is there something else going on? Are you
Gluck.
eavesdropping? Are you?
Gluck's going to kind of try to follow them in.
But
Glug, listen to me. This is Samlet. It's time for you to grow up a little bit.
Gluck has grown
The
up.
procedure is going to be followed. If you do anything else, I'm going to have to put you under arrest.
Would that be in the palace? Because I know how to get out of it.
No, we're not going to get. I'm not going to do what you want to do because you're being a butt.
So if he acts a fool, you're not going to arrest him.
I'll arrest him, all right, and I'll throw him in the guardhouse over there and tie him to a chair.
The guardhouse that's connected to the palace.
You've never seen this man eat rope.
I mean, technically, the road you're standing on is connected to the palace, so I don't know what your point is.
Gluck's just testing the waters.
Please go. Please
This
just
is
go.
for your trouble. I hand him some of my samples.
oh god.
Let's go, Glug.
He
Gluck,
refuses
sorry.
to take him.
Gluck, sorry, Samnet. Not because of me, but because of her.
You're great.
All righty.
I'm
Okay.
so bad at this.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, we should
Alright.
at least move away from the gate. for-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gluck's gonna go ahead and turn Thunder around, and we'll go wait at. I think I know a place where we can go. So
Right. I mean, the world is your oyster at this point. You are in the biggest city in Dobbers, in the Always Green Forest.
Mhm.
I mean, you passed a number of restaurants, you passed shops, you know, there's houses, there's schools, there's, you know, all kinds of things.
I wanna
If
find
you
new
wanted to just,
weapons.
or if you want to try to find other people that may have, I mean, I don't know.
Glug.
It's like, how much can I say without giving it away?
I know. Glug first wants to kind of patrol a little bit around the palace to see if there's any ways maybe I can sneak in. But
Yeah, you can do a lap around the palace.
yeah, so I'm gonna do a lap.
As we head away from the gate, I am just going to start essentially yelling at Glug. Glug, you said that everything was fine, that we would be in. What is going on? Why can't we get in?
Gluck,
What did you do?
Gluck may or may not have upset the king one point, but Gluck, everything's okay. Gluck's good. Gluck's
Everything is not okay. We're not inside the gate.
We'll get in. Gluck's looking for a way right now. You help. You're a very tiny Dobber. Maybe you can fit through the bars.
And Glug, you could postulate, now you don't know this for sure, that them not letting you in doesn't necessarily mean it's not letting you in. Like right now, other than they did see them let some people in, but
Mhm.
for them to have a restricted list isn't standard procedure from when you were here. But like I said, it's been a couple years.
Yeah. Glug's.
So, you know, your defense to Roto might include some of those thoughts too. Like, it's not me. I don't know. Whatever. It's up to you though. You're your character.
Gluck Yeah, Glug just wasn't on the list. Glug's good. We'll go to a pub and see if Glug has some friends that could maybe help us. Maybe.
Okay, we'll do that.
Rig, you can try to do your drink thing with them.
Well, I think first, me and Rig might need a few supplies.
Okay.
So you go find some old friend at a bar, whatever.
Okay.
I want a new weapon and maybe some armor.
Glug's
All right.
Glug's kind of wondering if there's some people maybe from his past that might be there worth talking to.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
One person that comes to mind
Mhm.
is somebody, a person named Darren. He was a teacher of yours as you were growing up.
Mhm.
If you recall, he lived on the east side of the palace.
Okay.
He didn't live in the palace complex, so he was sort of a tutor. You went out to get your lessons there. That's somebody that comes to mind.
Mhm.
And maybe is that the kind of thing you look for?
Glug.
Might be able to find some friends, but it's harder. Kids grow up, or where would they be
Yeah.
at this point? You have to ask around for that sort of thing.
Sadly, Glug didn't have many friends.
Yeah.
So Glug will go seek out his old tutor. So,
All right. You guys staying together or breaking up?
I think we're gonna
we're
break it.
splitting the
I'm gonna
party.
keep the carriage. So.
I'm breaking
So-
free.
So yeah, I want to jump off the carriage and come on, Rig. Let's give him some time. He obviously isn't quite who he used to be here.
Don't touch people awkwardly, Roto.
Only you. Only
He
you.
didn't,
No,
he didn't
don't
tell
do
me
that
not
either.
to.
Don't do that either.
I'm gonna find a prince.
Are you gonna establish a plan, a meeting
Shall we? No.
point, or
I'm gonna point out like a local
like
inn.
there's the Lonely Bear
Yeah.
as a restaurant you pass,
Mhm.
something like that.
We'll meet back there about sundown. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sure.
Sundown?
Alrighty.
Right.
So what is Rig and Justin or Roto do?
I want a weapon.
Yeah. So
You want to go shopping?
yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty.
I give Rhoda 1 gold.
Gold.
You seem to be missing a 0 there.
I don't know how to count. I'm sorry.
That's a
I
problem.
can't read.
All right, so you give him 10 gold. You go shopping. That's fine. Why can't I find your character sheets? So what you're just looking for an upgraded weapon, like something
The best of.
the best. I mean, you've got your crossbow, you've got daggers. Seems to be what you normally use. What are you looking for?
You're muted.
You are muted. You're still muted.
I want.
You were moving your hands around. That was pretty cool.
I want hands. Magic hands. No, you see me now. You don't. I want something like a sword. Or if I can see or find something that might help my magic, or I don't know. I just want.
Yeah, I mean, you've got proficiencies in all the swords, long sword, short sword, rapiers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have a list.
But yeah,
Yeah, I want to Can I do 2 short swords? Can I dual weld?
You can use you
one.
can choose one weapon in each hand. You don't get the proficiency bonus for the second weapon unless you have the dual wielding feat.
Yes, we did.
Um, but yeah, so just if you go shopping, you can definitely find any non-magical item that you want. So I'll let you guys do that off screen. Do that in between sessions, and we can go through those details. So you're shopping. What are you doing, Roto?
Just chugging along with her shopping, probably finding a couple daggers or some sort, and probably some. They probably have some slightly nicer cloaks and clothing items in this town than down in Oakden. That I'll probably try to pick up.
Same deal. We'll clarify all that stuff in between sessions, but you can pretty much find whatever you want.
Just the thought, hey, we're going into the palace, probably should have some nicer looking clothes if we're going to be presentable before the king.
And Rig, are you trying to pass your samples around like while you're doing this thing?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a couple persuasion rolls. Different stores this is happening in. Okay. That's good. With 3. So you have some success. There's one store that's run by a large, he's actually a heron, like the bird, long beak kind of standing over the counter, and he likes it a lot. He dips his nose in it, beak. But he says something funny that sort of sticks in your mind. And he says, this reminds me of something my friend Thaddeus used to make. And he goes on and drinks it and then leaves. And you go about your business unless you pursue any of that more with that.
Isn't my dad's name? No. Yeah? Oh man, you know my dad. Good taste, my dude. Good taste.
Well, your dad's name was Thaddeus?
Well, my dad's name was Dad, but some people called him Thaddeus.
Oh, yeah. Well, he taught you well then. He taught you well. Have you seen him recently?
Birdman. He died in a treeing accident.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Very sorry indeed.
It's okay. His secrets weren't wasted on me, though. I continue the legend.
Really?
Boy, he hit
Really?
you.
Well, a few people around knew your dad, and it's just I'm just sorry that he wasn't able to stay in town with us.
How was he? He lived here?
Well, him and his friends came through every now and then.
To do what? Tell me stories. Please.
Well, I saw in the past, water under the bridge, as they say, But him and Owen, they were quite the troublemakers.
Good chow. Yes. I never really got to meet any of my dad's friends, so I would actually love to hear any cool tips, tricks, or hacks that he had or did. I don't know. I just don't know my...
Well, Gwen's still around, I think. And he talks to somebody in the back of the shop that you don't see in the other room. Have you seen Gwen? Gwen the such and such lately? And you hear a muffled voice from the back. It doesn't sound like Billy has heard from him lately, but if you go over, to the Lonely Bear, maybe ask around there. Maybe you'll find some of your old running buddies, one of your dad's running buddies.
Thanks, Birdman. I'm supposed to go there tonight for dinner, so that works out perfect.
Yeah, it's a convenient trick that some game masters will use.
Hold on a second. I have something I want to do. I uh I tell him to take another sip, and then like with music that my dad used to play me, I play the music while he sips the drink to give him just a little more sense of nostalgia.
Nostalgia. All right. Um. Yeah, it does bring back the good old days, doesn't it? It's really quite lovely. Kind of makes me want to stretch these wings out a little bit, but I probably not. I'm getting too old for that kind of thing.
You still got a
Well,
light in your eyes, my dude.
yeah, well. I'm an honest business keeper now. None of those antics from before. All right. So what do you guys do?
I'm just trying to think of all the rambunctious stuff my dad did. Anyways, if you want to buy some more, just let me know. Send me a letter via bird. No. Oh, if you have a son, yes, via bird. Goodbye, Birdman.
All right. Well, you guys have a nice evening. Yeah, if you run into Gwen, tell him I said hi.
I will. What was your name? Is it Birdman?
No, I'm William.
William.
Mhm.
Like it.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you guys head back to it's probably evening by now.
Yep.
And it is also 10 o'clock. So we will pick up next week with Glug trying to find his old schoolmaster Darren. And you guys getting back to the Lonely Bear.
Mhm.
So that's where we're going to end it for today. There was no cliffhanger. I wasn't able to get us there fast enough, and it was sort of a slow-paced, chatty, social engagement kind of story today. But anyway, I had fun. Let's go ahead and do the thing. I'll let Chris take over.
Yeah, hey folks. So that, of course, was Seeds of Decay. It's currently on Kickstarter. I'm going to put that link one more time into the chat. So if any of you are interested in actually taking a look at this, is a 5e compatible campaign made by this gentleman, of course, Daryl T. Jones, the designer, creator of the Dobbers universe. This is just kind of a taste of what you will be able to enjoy as you're playing. We've been going through it since June or July. I don't remember. About then?
Yeah,
A
something
little
like
bit
that.
before then, I think. Yeah.
Who knows? But we've enjoyed this journey so far, and we are working our way towards stopping this decay from spreading. So that's something that we have. There'll be different characters that you'll be able to encounter, that some of the same characters that we've had the chance to encounter as we've been playing along, with some interesting results, like me killing just random people and eating their food. Eating them as food.
Well, you have
Yeah.
stepped up and gotten better at not just killing every creature. Now you're just
I know.
stealing.
I know. I almost killed Smellet. I mean, there was a chance, but so. But yeah, so yeah. Instead, my favorite thing tonight from our episode was going in, following another raccoon, who is just as mischievous as Vega, and stealing a carriage. So that was a joy. Really enjoyed that, and now I'm friends with a goat. I did not kill the goat this time. I am friends with it. It's my friend, and I like it just
The
a
old
little bit
plow
more than
goat
Rig.
you named Thunder.
So, yeah, I named it Thunder. Just a little bit more than Rig, but not much. But she doesn't know that yet, so
Yeah.
I'll never tell her. Mainly because of the drinks. That's the main reason why. So, yeah. Well, now let's go on over to Roto to tell you where you can find Justin and his highlight that he enjoyed tonight.
So again, I am Justin of Play Games Spread Joy. Yes, I was playing Roto it didn't talk much about my statue, but I'm less than half the height of everyone else here and very rotund. And so the acrobatics effect of jumping on the wagon while Glug did not actually catch me, but having to do it myself was kind of an interesting twist on things. Especially trying to be doing the right thing and leaving the money for what I knew was an unfortunate event outside, occurring outside of my control.
Cool. What about you, Rig? What was your favorite moment?
I really liked stealing the cart. I liked that I finally came up with a name for my brew.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. That's been fun. Tonight's role playing was a lot of fun too. I feel like it was, I don't know, it was really imagination.
Yay.
So I enjoyed that.
Okay.
I also enjoyed watching you be tired.
Oh.
Daryl, you've worked hard. I can tell.
We can tell.
Yeah.
But it's been great.
I had a good time tonight. I could feel I was just a little bit slow, trying to figure out how to get you guys to steer you without steering you. You know, was a little bit of a challenge. I wasn't sure really what you were going to do, but I didn't want to.
I don't think we do.
No.
Give it a complete like carte blanche, like whatever. You know, I mean, there had to be some encounters, you know, between where you were going or where you came from and where you were going. So,
Yep.
But yeah, so I had a lot of fun. I'm Daryl T. Jones, the creator of Seeds of Decay. You can find that right now on Kickstarter. So please just click that link in the chat. Go take a look. We are well funded. We're at over 27,000. Our initial goal was 10,000, but we've got a lot of lofty plans with stretch goals. So at 50,000, we'll unlock some minis of some of the monsters from the adventure. You've already, if you look back through some of the old VODs, you can find the moss boar. That's one of the minis you can see there. That's the first thing we're going to unlock. We've got a lot of really fun things coming. So check that out. If you see something you like, you know, back it. If you really like it, you know, back it for the deluxe, but, you know, just throw $1 at it, you know, that way you can watch along. I'd really appreciate that. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did have fun tonight, though. I appreciate being able to try to come up with some voices. I think there were some interesting characters. Hopefully I remember the details enough. I try to take some notes here, but
Oh, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I especially enjoyed Bevan. Bevan's my
I
other
did dig
friend.
through old notes and try to figure out the name to drop while we were talking to the guard. I was like, what was that name again?
yeah.
Oh, Kaylin, the sister.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then he was trying to play cool, and he rolled a 4. So he's like, no, you know that name. So good deal. All right. Anything else?
No, nothing else. I mean, if you are interested in this, like Daryl said, you guys should go to the Kickstarter. There's a digital version. There's also a hardback version. There's also a deluxe version, where you can get both. So take a look at it. Like I said, like Daryl and I both said, the link is down below. Click on it. And also be here next week. We're going to be doing this again, continuing this journey and seeing what happens next. But if everybody's going to be here with us right now, we're going to go to our end screen and we're going to go raid into somebody else, show a little bit of love. But from myself, Justin, Jojo, and Daryl, we're going to wish you all an amazing night. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching our video.
If you like what you saw here, go ahead and hit that little like, subscribe, the little bell thingamabobber, you know the thing. And watch some of our videos. Maybe one that's maybe up here, or maybe down there, or over there, or down there. I don't know where they are, but thank you all. Remember, when we can gather at the table, we can do the same for a good cause. Bye.
Bye.